We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. This is Sony Michel. They grew up a few miles north of here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Yo, what's good?
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Man, it's gonna be an interesting game. I don't think I played him in a minute.
Working from the gun, it's Brady.
Oh gosh.
As he releases it, and that'll fall in.
Yeah, I finally got that thing figured out so y'all can hear me. I was talking the whole time. Jeez, hold on. Let me switch my headset. Can y'all still hear me?
The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A nice return that time.
All right.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have
I had all
1st and
audio
10
on my headset.
at their own 37.
All right. What the hell is that? Damn it, what is this? Oh my gosh.
Right at the 40. Gain of
Yeah, I gotta turn that shit off. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Sorry.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Messing me up. Actually, let me just change the temperature. Only difference is between Brady got a better arm. Just change that.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
6-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look.
I should have picked it.
And that will be incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Steelers are going on offense here, 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where
No. Wow. Yeah, that's
picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Fucking sack.
You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
The 24-yard line.
One, two.
Here's a quick throw out to Mims. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Denzel Mims, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the Dolphins
that's
7.
crazy.
Steelers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got a man.
Take the dots.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Smith-Schuster.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 55 yards.
Pittsburgh.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Brady gives to Michelle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. He finds his target. It's Schultz. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Open man completes it to
Oh my gosh, not what I wanted to do.
The completion there winds up a wash.
Oh,
bring up 4th
man.
down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll drop the throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open.
Oh, he ain't drop it?
Complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first. They're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run with
why he pushing me up? They're not blocking the back?
5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, stay over there.
And it's complete. Henry. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. It's a big play here for the Dolphins on third. 42 yards.
The 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Bro, I had to try.
As it leaves the quarterback's hand and it's incomplete.
That's not a pick, Madden. But, you know, not blocking the back. You know.
Couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
of the gun. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays that send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
On second down, Mostert. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll run with Mostert, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards. And it's 3rd and short.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's going deep for Brown. And for the 3rd time in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they always said,
put the ball to the boy back.
I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I'm on.
And that's knocked away.
Not a pick. I'm not holding
Good
turns.
coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team,
man.
right? You just mentioned they're down.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On play action, it's Brady. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. A battle for it, and it's intercepted.
Oh, that makes sense.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Able to connect with Mims. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Oh, this one pushed to the right. Badgley missed it. No good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Thomas. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
Gilmore
and that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. 54 mark. 54 mark. Check. Watch 54.
Operating from the gun. Brady. He's airing it out for Williams. It got his man.
To the apartments.
Complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tyrell Williams, 78 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Makes the score.
Tucker with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
Hot.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Damn
On
it.
the RPO, that's complete right side.
I knew it
Takes
was
us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
This is Mostert. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Yard line.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
You know that old expression, it's not my night.
2nd and 8.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mostert. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, I was finna
He will
say.
not be able to hang on through the contact.
Right there.
It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
And it's Michel once again. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job getting 3 on the return for 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He's going deep for Brown. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken. Steelers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. From midfield, here's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
3-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout.
He does.
You got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This a 33-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late.
And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A.J. Brown, 79 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2.
Oh,
but 3
damn it. I did it too damn quick.
But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that,
Oh,
but they did.
that happened too
You,
quick.
but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
To imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Mike, check, 59. Watch the run.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Tonight's final score.
And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much